Good Friday afternoon, everybody. Lead meteorologist John Choquette for Pantone Inc.'s sponsored Hail Trace Hail Forecast. Daily 12 p.m. hail forecast like we do every single day here on our Facebook page, on our app, on YouTube, wherever you watch this from. We got a forecast for today. I'm talking about this all week. Potential for Denver to see some storms today. Make sure you have those notifications set up, especially if it's one of your first times watching and your previous clients with us for the Denver area first time. Go to your notification options, get them set up there so you don't miss any push notifications if we go live or if we send out, we're saying we're mapping in areas on your phone. So push notifications to your phone through the Hail Trace app, through email, or through your desktop computer. And the regions you want to be notified for, say city, metro, like the Denver metro, covers most of the Front Range, or a whole state like all of Colorado, or the entire country. Of course, there's other states at risk today as well. This is our forecast for today. And the main focus of the area here, your eyes immediately go to that 20%. For the Denver area, looks like storms are going to form sometime after about 4 p.m., right around rush hour, the typical time storms typically form in the Denver area. They're going to form right off the mountains and then kind of move off to the east. I think a little further south down here by Garden City and Dodge City where I have 15%. I think the hail could be bigger than 2 inches. This could be closer to baseball size hail in here. I just didn't put in the little purple swath on there. But storms that are going to form out in eastern Colorado, this is where the biggest hail will be. But I think this will be the most impactful hail if storms can really get going. The biggest question, of course, is going to be, can storms form and strengthen fast enough? Denver has that weird situation where they're right off the mountains, so storms basically form on top of you guys, so they have to go up very fast. They typically do, but the past few days storms have been more on the smaller hail side. I think what we're going to see, we're going to have a much better shot, some better hail today, and this is all the way from Colorado Springs up to about Cheyenne, Wyoming, so the whole Front Range region, Fort Collins, Greeley, all those towns in the Colorado area, all at risk today, all in that 20%. So hail, I say up to 2 inches maximum. This is going to be your more typical Denver type situation where you have a ton of hail, very high volume hail of all ranging sizes, getting up to golf ball size hail, but it's not going to be the high volume only, the really high volume only golf ball size hail or anything like that. Again, if you work the Denver area, you know. Very high volume, very wide array of hail getting up to about that size. So that's what we're looking at for there. Further north towards Rapid City, I think storms are going to stay primarily to your south. So those storms, a lot of storms here in very rural areas. Western Kansas, I could think you're going to see quite a bit of storms. And then down south along the Texas Panhandle to western Texas, I think you're going to see quite a few storms there as well. Population-wise, pretty rural. I think it's going to be east of Amarillo and just east of Lubbock. A storm might form on top of you, but that's why you have that 2%. More likely it's going to be all to your east, and this is very rural section of Texas, so hail could get big, could have some numbers there just because some storm chasers out, but in terms of impacting folks, Front Range and possibly Dodge City are your best bets for today. And again, that's after about 4 o'clock this afternoon, 4 o'clock, and that's mountain time for Denver, 5 o'clock central time for Kansas. Moving ahead to tomorrow, we have another pretty decent risk going into tomorrow. 2 separate areas. I actually have to step out of the way so you can see the other one. We have, if Denver doesn't get hit, blame John. It's true. All right. So we have a chance of hail back into far southeastern Colorado, possibly some storms into western Oklahoma, flirting with the Oklahoma City area. I think most of the storms are going to be to the north and west of Oklahoma City, and they're going to stay that way. I think you could see a couple storms initially when they go up on Saturday, up to some golf ball, a 2-inch size hail, but I think more likely it's going to turn to a line as it moves towards Oklahoma City. The best bet for big time hail tomorrow will be what we've been kind of talking about, the next areas that are going to be really at risk for now through June. I think Kansas City and Omaha both are equal chances right now for some storms. We have up to I have up to tennis ball size hail as possible, possibly even larger if we can get some discrete storms to happen. And really just come down somewhere in this area, somewhere between north of Omaha down to just south of Kansas City. anywhere in between. There and anywhere in between is what we're looking at for tomorrow. That's the main focus, the biggest hail and the biggest population centers that you guys care about. I think that's what's going to be for tomorrow. And there's another secondary risk in Ohio and parts of western Pennsylvania, possibly even towards Toronto, Ontario, and other places. I'm sorry, anyone from Canada watching, I do not know cities in Canada very well, just other parts of Ontario. So I think that is going to be, okay, Jason asked, around what time for Denver did he say? I missed it. Yes, anytime after about 4 p.m. So 4 p.m. afterwards is what we're looking at for the Denver area, and that's mountain time, not central time. But anyway, back to Saturday. Hail up to maybe $half size and that kind of isolated storms. Again, this is in Ohio from Columbus points east towards Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and then north towards Buffalo and the Toronto areas respectively. So that's what we're looking at for Saturday. And then Sunday, I have an area of concern. This is not a very high-end risk by any means, but there is some chance for some isolated storms to form across central Illinois, probably south of Chicago from what I was looking at. Central Indiana, places like Indianapolis, for example, possibly even towards Cincinnati, and possibly even closer towards St. Louis on Sunday. So a couple storms possible. There'd be 1 or 2 storms scattered about in here. Still kind of far enough out to just keep it an area of concern, something we're watching for Sunday. But activity, again, today, just kind of starting the Denver area and progressing to the east over the next couple of days. So we'll have a video again tomorrow, of course, 12 p.m., most likely from my house, and then again on Sunday as well. No rest for the weary here with this potential for some storms. Hopefully we can do some hail dances, and we can get Derek to wear his green 5-star pants. We've been kind of starved of those so far this year, so hopefully we can get some good storms in there. I think today is our first shot at it, and then tomorrow we got 2 cities at risk. So this is what we're looking at. This is the models. This is the 3KM NAM. HRRR has been doing some things that we're not completely agreeing with for today so far. I'll show you guys that, but then I'll mention why things seem a little fishy. This is what we're looking at here, 21Z, so about 4 o'clock. Storms fire along the Front Range. You can see Denver, the weird little county right there is Denver specifically. You can see storms forming all up and down, and they were isolated at first, and as the evening progresses, it turns into a squall line. That's why I have kind of a sharp cutoff for the hail, because I think, yeah, this will move through Wichita, but you're not going to get any hail out of that, and that moves through. And then I have this model up so we can look ahead at Saturday, and you see storms forming on Saturday, and then moving through. Here's Omaha and Kansas City. All in here, these storms could be impactful for that. And then I'm going to shift over to the Midwest view in the Great Lakes region and jump all the way to the end of the run, and you see storms firing up there on Sunday. So that's what we're looking at Sunday. So more isolated storms on Sunday. Again, so we got a lot to watch. Bunch of cities at risk. Again, cross those fingers, and hopefully we can get a couple storms that actually hit some people the next couple days here. Get some excitement. I know a lot of you guys are real antsy for a really big storm to hit a lot of people instead of, you know, these little pockets of big hail. So that's what we're looking at. I'll show you guys the high resolution rapid refresh model real quick. Let's see, is this one out far enough? No, not yet. There we go. 15Z run here. And to show you the thing, why I didn't show this model too much was, yeah, it shows storms firing, but then it has things go very wet. This is a little very overdone. I don't think that's going to be the case. The time of initiation and initially kind of isolated, I agree with, but other than that, it gets a little convoluted and a little heavy on the precip from the get-go. So that's what we're looking at. Again, for those of you who may be joining in late, if you're watching this live, if you're watching this after the fact, this is just kind of summing up everything today. I think storms are going to form sometime after about 3 to 4 p.m. Mountain Time in the Denver area, 4 to 5 p.m. in Central Time in places like western Kansas. Storms will probably go up right off the mountains, and it'll impact the Front Range region somewhere in there. Wide array of hail sizes, possibly getting up to 2 inches. And then storms will move off to the east, turn into a line, and that'll kill the hail threat for the evening. And then tomorrow, risk moves forward into the Omaha and Kansas City areas, and then after that, we get to the Great Lakes region on Sunday. So we'll have updates, of course, tomorrow at 12 p.m. again, most likely from my house. But it'll be a forecast video nonetheless, and obviously continuing live coverage if storms are to impact Denver today, and anytime there's a large hail in a very populated area, we will be live doing continuous coverage. We haven't done it in a little while, some good continuous coverage anyway, and not just me getting on here and watching storms die. So hopefully we can get some of that this weekend, today or Saturday or Sunday. And that's what I got for you guys today. Make sure you follow us on Facebook if it's your first time watching, or you're watching us on a different platform outside of Facebook. Go on to Facebook, hit follow, hit see first. All of our posts will be at the top of your news feed, whether it's a video, post of some cool hail stat or something, just our maps. So even if you miss our push notification or you haven't signed up for that yet, you won't miss any of our videos, and you can watch them. All these videos are played after the fact. You can rewatch them even when they're not live. So don't worry if you miss the initial live broadcast. You can just rewatch it after the fact. And if you have any questions, give us a call, email us, or visit our website, hilltrace.com. You can message us on Intercom, which is on hilltrace.com. It's the lower right-hand corner of your screen. It's a blue circle with a speech bubble in it. Click on that, and it'll send out an instant message to everyone on staff, so we'll answer any questions you may have, any hail requests, hail report requests you may have, any comments, concerns, etc. You can get a hold of us all these different ways, and we try our best to get back to you as soon as we possibly can. Sometimes, especially with Intercom, we can get a lot of messages all at once, and it takes a little while for us to get back to you. Just have a little bit of patience, and we will do our best to get back to you as fast as possible. Hope you guys have a great rest of your Friday. If I don't see you, a great rest of your weekend. But hopefully you guys are pumped for possibly some hail this weekend or even today. Fingers crossed, we'll be back to do some live coverage later on today. Have a great rest of your Friday if I don't see you, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow at 12 p.m. here on Hail Trace.